Do you want a husband or a slave? Do you want a life partner or a slave? Do you even care if your man is enjoying life as well? Or do you just want to be provided for?
A lady is being roasted on the internet from coming to the internet to ask us a question if she's being unreasonable and if she's being a bad wife for demanding that her husband that works 6 days a week, over 64 hours weekly. This man works 6 days a week, so he only has one day off to stay at home. That if she's being unreasonable and a bad wife, asking that her husband and herself and their child go out to spend the day. And this man is saying that, you know what, I want to spend family time with you guys, but not outside the house. Let's do it in the house. And she's mad at him that he does not want to go out of the house to spend family time and all that. And she's asking for people's opinion. And trust the internet, she's getting the opinion. Anyway, guys, let's go check this woman share her story, her thoughts, people's response to it, and then I'll come back and share my thought. But also, I want to know what you think down in the comment section.
Yo, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week. Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, like me, Sophie, and him, and I want us to have a family day. But he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
That stay-at-home mom who's upset with her husband because while he works 2 jobs, 64 hours a week, and gets 1 day off, and on that 1 day off, she wants to go outside with the family, be outside, bop around outside, and he don't want to. He want to be at home. He suggested y'all do something at the house. Listen, I feel you. I understand wanting to be outside, but you might have to let this one go. You might have to let this one go, because if I don't work 64 hours in the week, 1 day off, you better not even talk to me on my day off. Hell, a regular 40-hour week pissed me off plenty. But I will say this. How about y'all just compromise, man? How about you do 1 outing a month, right? And then you might do 1 inning, 1 family gathering at home, and every other month y'all switch off who playing it. You see what I'm saying? But them other 2 weekends, let that man sleep.
Look at this.
My husband works 2 jobs.
2.
He works 64 hours a week.
Continue.
Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us.
You want
like
him.
me, Sophie, and him.
Right.
But he wants to stay home
Okay,
and spend time with us.
Okay.
But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
You're being unreasonable and being a bad wife. You're both. If I'm working 64 hours a week and you're a stay-at-home mom that watches way too much TV, which I'm assuming because you posted this, you watch too much TV, God forbid a girl has a hobby that doesn't require spending money, hashtag stay-at-home mom, you posted this. I'd be damned if you're going to tell me what the hell I'm doing on my off day. Or you even have the audacity to be upset with me because I don't want to go outside. I have literally been out the house all week working. I would love to be inside of the house that I'm paying for. You're 100% being unreasonable. And if you don't like it, get a damn job. Tell him quit his second job and either have somebody you trust watch your kids at home or put your child in a daycare with cameras. What you just said got the women in the comments bashing you. When you got that happening on the internet, you know you're wrong. You know you done said some dumb shit. How inconsiderate of you. Mans is literally working his life away to provide for you two. And you're mad because he wants to spend his 1 off day indoors, the 1 day that he can be indoors with y'all.
For that stay-at-home mom, everybody's focused on the 2 jobs and the 64 hours a week. All I needed to hear was that he just doesn't want to go. I think it's a dangerous game though, because y'all are turning it into like, oh, he working 64 hours a week. Well, technically she's working unlimited hours a week because she's a stay-at-home mom. And now the standard in your relationship has become, I don't have any authority or autonomy over my own time unless I work and accrue some authority. But even if he only worked 35 hours that week, I still think that he can say, I don't want to go out tonight. I don't want to go out this weekend. And that's the part that I need a lot of the men to understand too. You don't have to run your mind and body into the ground for the right to say, man, I'm not feeling it. And last but not least, have y'all ever done something with somebody that you had to force them to do and they didn't want to? Go to a place that they didn't want to be there? Everything that you could have possibly enjoyed about that moment is over because you know and can feel that they don't want it. So the most important thing about this whole situation was that he did not want to.
Your man works 64 hours a week and he gets one day off, and you're upset that he wants to take that day off at home? And she's not working by choice. Instead of gratitude for what the husband is doing, he's met with resistance and guilt for wanting to rest on his one day off every week. Some will call this a partnership. I call it entitlement. A man does not want to be applauded for all the hard work that he's doing. He just wants to be able to find peace in his own home. And a lot of women have a respect issue when it comes to this. Love is not about what you can demand, it's about what you can recognize. And if you don't see what that man is giving you, you're going to lose him from wanting to find more.
Do you want a husband or a slave? Do you want a life partner or a slave? Do you even care if your man is enjoying life as well? Or do you just want to be provided for? Or do you just want a soft life? Do you just want to enjoy life while your slave works away and jumps and flips whenever you say? That's not love. To the lady whose husband works 64 hours a week and she stays at home with the kids, and on his one day off of the week, she wants him to go outside and have a family day with the family, with her and the kids, when he just wants to stay at home and rest because he's working every other day of the week. That really goes to show y'all don't want life partners. Y'all want a slave to work for you and do whatever you say. Literally. It's like give. And yes, trust me, I believe in princess treatment. I believe men should work hard. I believe in being spoiled. But it's like y'all want to be spoiled and can't even be considerate of the person. Literally. No consideration. No, oh, he might be tired. It's like nobody even cares. You just want a slave to work, pay the bills, and do whatever you say. True love, like a healthy relationship, requires consideration from the man and the woman. Men can't give, and you're on your butt all day saying, I'm just a girl. That's why you guys have very off-balance ideas of what love and relationships are that are very unattainable because it's very unrealistic.
Y'all know I am a big proponent of marriage. You know, I'm God-fearing, and I just think the union is so holy and so righteous. But y'all don't be divorcing your wives enough for me. Had to gather myself. A man is working 2 jobs, 6 days a week, 64 hours a week, and his wife has brought their family business to the internet because she is a stay-at-home mom, and on his only day off, he doesn't want to go out. He just wants to chill at the house. And what's even more enraging to me is someone suggested that she get a job to kind of take off the financial burden of him, because clearly y'all are living above your means. He has to work 2 professions or 2 jobs in the same profession to provide provision. She's laughed and said no. And this is why I am never on the hill for men taking on this old narrative like this is the old industrial economy of our grandfathers, because you have women who will let you work yourself to the ground and then on your days off still want you to do things to please them. Furthermore, there's another sector of women saying, oh, she's working 24 hours because she's always at home with the kids. That's what you signed up for. There is no man who is working 2 jobs to provide for you unless you told him you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom to take care of the kids or what is this nonsense. Like, stuff like this pisses me off because the audacity of you to be upset that I'm burnt out from providing for you. Men, please stop signing up for this bullshit. Please. Stop signing up for it. Divorce these women. Tell them to go to hell. Please.
My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week. Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, like me, Sophie, and him. and I want us to have a family day. But he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside.
Girl, that man is tired. And if he's working full-time every day, he is working at least 10 hours per day. That's a lot. And I don't know what kind of work he does, but that's a lot of working in 1 week. 6 days a week, 10 hours. As soon as you get home, you basically got to get up and go back to work again. He is tired. And it would be one thing if he wasn't making any effort at all. It would be one thing if he wasn't making an effort, but you said he wants to spend time with y'all, just not outside, and you're upset that he doesn't want to go outside, and I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's right. And I don't know what y'all's circumstance is. Everybody's situation is different, and parents like to handle things with their kids differently. Like, you do have some, at least one parent that wants to stay home with a child or the kids until they're able to go off to school for safety reasons, and I absolutely understand that. But when somebody recommended that, hey, maybe you get a job so that he doesn't have to work as much and he can have more time, it'll be a better balance, you literally said no, LOL. And I don't know what the circumstance is. I don't know how old your baby is, right? You're complaining about something that I feel is a little minuscule and is a little unfair because he's working a lot and it doesn't seem like it's not equal. Like, I'm hoping you're making a little bit of money off of TikTok because I want everybody to make their money. But I just feel like the way you handling this is not okay. And now you ask people, hey, am I a bad wife or not? And some people calling you a bad wife, and now you saying you're not a bad wife. Look, you asked for our opinions, and we just giving them to you. I think you need to be a little more realistic. That man is tired. He's working a lot. He's exhausted. He seems to love you because I watched a couple of your videos after you posted the one that I just green screened. It seems like he loves you and he cares, but be gentle with that man because he is doing a lot. I would recommend y'all sit down and have a conversation. Don't say nothing else on social media about it. Talk to him offline, get something situated, and maybe start you a little side hustle so you could be bringing in some extra money, not only for yourself, but also for the family. But that's my 2 cents.
Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
Unreasonable and inconsiderate. I know how we as women have been force-fed this princess fairy tale bullshit our whole entire life because of gender roles. But this is why I think it's very important to deconstruct gender roles as a woman. I grew up in a family where being a stay-at-home wife and having kids and a husband being provider is a thing. But my mom was the outlier to everybody else in my family. And I'm glad she was. When I got older, I started deconstructing gender roles and I started deconstructing society norms around women and men. And every relationship I've been in ever since I deconstructed those roles have been very fruitful. Whether we last or we didn't. I learned something important and it wasn't like crazy bad. But the reason I would say that you're inconsiderate and unreasonable, you're not a bad wife, is because he's working 60 plus hours a week to provide for you and your kid. And you want him on his one day off to go outside. And he's like, I don't want to go outside, but I still will spend time with you. That's just a very nitpicky thing to be upset about. Because you got a man that loves you, that cares for you, that wants to see you and your family thrive. He just can't muster up the energy to go outside. But as a person who worked 2 jobs and I work side hustles just to have extra money in my pocket, when you're working like that, it is very hard to muster up any energy to do anything. So the fact that he still wants to do something, it's just not the way that you like it, is a very nitpicky thing to be upset about. And I'm not going to be like everybody in your comments that telling you to get off your ass and get a job because, getting a babysitter is a whole nother bill within itself. I don't have any kids, so I can't relate. But I will say this. I've watched one of my favorite couples in the world drown and break up because of financial stress. A person can love you, a person can care for you, they could be kind, compassionate, they could be everything you want in this world, but financial stress will obliterate it almost instantly. I strongly believe that our generation lost the art of compromising, and I do know that some things are not compromisable. Like, this is something I won't bend on. 100% understand that because I'm that type of person too. But there are some things that we have to just sit down and be realistic about because that princess fairy tale bullshit has screwed a lot of women's perception of reality. And the reality is, we do not live in traditional times. Traditional relationships do not work with our generation because one person cannot carry the burden of a whole family anymore. Back in the day, mom and pop, grandma, meemaw, they could have worked one job and took care of 2 households. We live in a day and age where people are working 3 jobs and can't take care of themselves. You just got to meet them halfway. Meet them halfway. Financial stress on top of the stress of day-to-day life with other things, and y'all have a kid on top of that, that can drive people to suicide. I can't say the word. Suicide. That will drive people to suicide. Meet them halfway. Okay? Everybody need a mental health break day. You know, if you want to get a job, get a job. If you want to compromise and do something outside in the yard, do it. You don't have to be outside at an establishment, whatever. Meet them halfway.
Please go ahead down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So let me know if you think that she was being unreasonable and if she's a bad wife. For me personally, I just feel like she's being unreasonable at this point. I know, yes, we come here, we talk about how men should provide and how men should do this, men should show up, care for their family. I know we're a big advocate here on this channel, but also, some of you guys don't know, also, I'm a big advocate of a woman should have our own money, do our own thing. I personally, I don't believe in stay-at-home mom thing. That's not because I don't think what stay-at-home mom does is valuable. It is very valuable. Like, it's a lot of work to be a stay-at-home mom, but also I also believe for a woman to have her own money to protect herself, to be able to do whatever she wants. But talking about a man that works 6 days a week and only have 1 day off, and then you are expecting him to go outside, it is very unreasonable. That should not be done. Like, I understand there can be compromise and so, okay, baby, can we go out once a month and just have a family time outside if that is what you want? And I feel like this is where, when it comes to relationship, marriage, I know that a huge conversation needs to be had, and an honest conversation needs to be had about what your expectation and what you want out of life. A lot of us, we just go with the stereotype of what society expects of us. Like, you guys know I'm a big deconstruction of what society wants from us, because usually it's not one size fits all. Some people are spending valuable time with their loved ones. It's very important to them. Some people going out is very important to them. Some people just staying at home with you is very important to them. But this is a conversation that needs to be had. This is a like, I personally, I'm a very good balance of staying at home and all that. But also sometimes I want to get dressed, all looked up and go out. But my man, no, my man doesn't want that. He likes staying at home, doesn't want to go anywhere, just watch TV all day and just cuddle up with you. That's what I want. But there's going to be a lot of friction at the end of the day if I keep nagging like, oh, we need to go out when we need to. And that's why, as women, learn how to do things yourself. The fact that I enjoy going out, looking all dolled up to go out sometimes, and he likes being at home, I'm going to go out. I'm going to doll up and I'm going to go out. It is, and if that's something you enjoy as a person, go and do it yourself. This man is tired. She just being unreasonable. He's tired. So, and this is why, like, as women, that fear of being alone, doing things by yourself is usually like, you need to get over it. Have been that person too, that I will sit down and want myself and my man to do things together. Like, we have to do it together. Myself and my husband, we have to do it together. We have to travel together. We have to go here together. At the end of the day, you will not do those things, and at the end of the day, you end up forming some type of resentment towards this man. But the truth is that this man is giving you what he can give you. You are the one requesting for something that he cannot give you, and he can't come and kill himself. So you ask yourself, do you want to be in that situation, or you want to take the bull by the horn and do it yourself? For me, I'll say start doing things yourself. If you know going out, spending time outside the house is something you enjoy and you want to do it, your husband said he's tired, take your child and go do it with your child if that's something you enjoy. Or else, be reasonable. You don't expect somebody to be outside the house 6 days a week, and the only 1 day he wants to be at home, you want him to still be outside. Like, even when I was even doing 9 to 5, like, you will never catch me outside. Even now that I work from home, you still will not catch me outside. Like, I'll go out here and there once in a while, but outside, like, sometimes people energy is very draining, especially when you're exhausted. You don't want to, like, come on, you're just being unreasonable. And the fact that people on the internet now are telling you that you're being unreasonable, and now you're like, no, 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 no. And this man, according to your page, this man provides for you 100% the way you want. Like, so cut him some slack. Like, sometimes just have that conversation. A lot of us have that conversation. And these are things when it comes to relationship, people ignore and don't have those conversations. Rather than have the conversation, what would the dynamic be when there's kids? How are we going to do it? Who is going to stay at home? How are we going to be able not to lose our connection even when there are kids? Those are conversations that should be had. What are the things you enjoy doing? What are the things that make you smile? What are your love language? How do you receive love? How do you give love? Those are very important conversations. Not just, oh, you give me butterflies in the stomach. No. Or he provides for me 100%. No. Anyway, guys, go down in the comment section, share your thoughts, share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.